Brooklyn Independent Television.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Brooklyn Elected Officials. I'm State Senator Marty Golden, representing the Southwest Brooklyn's 22nd Senate District in the State Senate. And today I will be discussing a new community event that takes place right in Bay Ridge on 3rd Avenue this year for the first time, which has been so appropriately named a Summer Stroll. And today I'm joined by the 3rd Avenue Merchants President, Bob Howe, one of the finest attorneys in Bay Ridge and in our community. And he's headed at 3rd Avenue Merchants for a long period of time, doing a great job. And I'm also with Lori Padone, who works with the Home Reporter and Brooklyn Spectator, which has their offices on 3rd Avenue. And I welcome both of you here today and to our Summer Stroll in 2012, which is right around the corner. And I'm very excited to see that it is happening. I strongly support this event, and I am proud to have stood steadfast with my supporters and with you to get this event accomplished. This event will be a great benefit for our community. We will see, I think, a lot of different communities coming into our community. People that haven't been around in Bay Ridge for a while will come back and visit Bay Ridge. I believe that we'll have, tough economic times. I believe we'll see some people that normally go away will stay home and go on 3rd Avenue and enjoy the restaurants. And it not only helps 3rd Avenue, but it will be helping 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue. It will be helping the entire community because people will be coming, parking, and enjoying a stroll on 3rd Avenue. And I want to thank both of you, Lori, for your presence today, and of course, Bob, for all of your work in our merchant groups and along the avenue, and with all the different groups that you find time to head and be part of and do lawyer work for and not get paid for. So it's good that you're a good lawyer.
Sometimes my clients don't even pay me.
Well, maybe we should go in and explain to the good people of Brooklyn and the city here that what the Summer Stroll is all about. Bob?
Well, first we wanted to thank you, Senator, for having this opportunity to tell your audience about our program. This is actually a program that your office brought to our attention. It's produced by the Department of Transportation. Technically, it's called Summer Streets, and it's a program that was instituted to foster the use of the streets during the summer, stop vehicular traffic, bring merchants out onto the avenues, the sidewalks, let people walk in the streets, ride their bicycle in the streets, sit in the streets, and have dinner. We, of course, have modified it slightly on 3rd Avenue. Most of the Summer Streets programs are held in Manhattan, and they're held on Saturday afternoons. We've modified it with the help of your office and your staff, and also the councilman's office and his staff, to make it a Friday night program. And we're encouraging restaurants and merchants to come out on the avenue, both to serve food and sell their merchandise. But more importantly, the focus of the program is to involve the entire community of Bay Ridge, not just the merchants. So to that end, we are also inviting and involving community cultural groups, performing artists, painters, photographers, booksellers, to all come in and perform on our streets over the summer. So it's really a combination. It's not strictly a merchant event. It's a merchant and community event, and I think that's important. Thank you.
No, Bob, thank you. I got to be honest with you. That, I think, is what you keep a community alive, when you have a number of activities, as we do. We have the St. Patrick's Day Parade. We have the Norwegian Day Parade, which will be on 3rd Avenue this year.
Correct.
We have the Ragamuffin Parade. We have a whole host of events on Shore Road, the Halloween Walk, the different Christmas tree lightings, and that's what keeps our community so vibrant and so alive. And I think the Summer Stroll, or the Summer Streets, gives us the opportunity to bring people not only from within our community out to enjoy our community, but it brings people from other communities to see what we're all about. And it's going to take some getting used to. We're going to be closing that avenue up at 5 o'clock, I guess, at 5:30 or 5 o'clock?
About 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, and it'll be closed right through till about 11 o'clock, I guess, is somewhere in that category.
About that, yes.
And so there'll be no traffic going up and down 3rd Avenue, but the side streets will be open, so the people will be able to get through on the side streets, and at their favorite restaurants, they want to.
Right.
Valet parkers will be waiting for them to take their vehicles, and there'll be plenty of parking up at the lot on 86th Street, and we're going to try to get some other lots to open up so that we have additional parking for the community. But I think it's, and we're going to have it on 4 nights. So we're going to have it on the 20th, the 27th of July on Friday evenings, and the Friday evenings in August, the 10th and the 17th. We're doing it 4 nights.
Correct.
Originally, we wanted to do it 10 nights, and some merchants were a little afraid of that, and some of the community was a little afraid of that. How are we going to drive? How are we going to get through the community? What are we going to park our cars? How are we going to get, anytime you bring any type of change, there's always that, that little apprehension. So I think by reducing it to 4 nights, by testing it and by giving our community an opportunity to see what it's actually going to do and how they're going to see the evening come and be part of it, they'll see that it's really, really a great, unique opportunity that nobody else. This is the first time in the city that they've ever done this. I think it's something that we should have been doing all along in our great city, and I think that it's going to open up our community for even more opportunity in the future. We got the greatest schools in the city of New York. We have the safest safest precinct in the city. We're surrounded by 25% parks in the Bay Ridge and Dyker Heights area, and right up to Marine Park. I'm great to have all that parkland and all that open space. We have transportation, which is great. So we have really offer everything that you can possibly have for our family. And I'm going to ask you, Lori, what do you think the 3rd Avenue is so unique, and why is Bay Ridge so unique in that it's going to have this event?
Well, I think to what Bob just spoke about, we are very culturally diverse. And we have many different restaurants that will have different types of cuisine being served. We have many artistic groups who will be out to show their paintings and what they do. And we have many dance groups. And because it's such a wonderful community with children and families and artistic people, it makes us, I think, a little bit more different than most of the other communities.
Yeah, well, I think it is unique. By the time on you coming out, and obviously the home report is on the 3rd Avenue strip, right, on 88th Street, right? And you got some of our finer restaurants. You may remember the guy missing in this today is Chuck Odie, right? And he's one
Chuck
of the individuals that is your right hand, I guess, when operating 3rd Avenue and operating the Merchants Organization. Some of the great restaurants, some of the great people of the past that I guess Night Day has, Al Nay has, and all the different great people that came to the Avenue. Maybe you want to expand on that?
Family, my dad opened a restaurant on 3rd Avenue in 1959. And at that time, 3rd Avenue was really much in a decline. Stores were boarded up, people using them as apartments, and there wasn't much commercial activity on the avenue. I guess my father started the business, probably the rent was cheap, and that's why he went there. And people said to him, you have a great product and you're a great restaurant, except you're on the wrong avenue. And history didn't prove that out, because as we opened our restaurant, other restaurants started to open up, and now we're very proud of the fact that 3rd Avenue is a restaurant row in the New York City area. And we also, to blow my horn in another, or my avenue's horn in another situation, we have an association of 30 blocks, all of them merchants, restaurateurs, retailers, spa services, some legal and financial and accounting services. We're a very vibrant avenue. Everybody is involved in our association and works very hard to keep the avenue strong. It's very hard to be a small merchant in anywhere today. They're constantly under attack, taxes, overregulation, sanitation, consumer affairs. Despite that, our entrepreneurs are very hardy. They have found ways to survive, and that makes for a great commercial strip. A great commercial strip makes for a great community. Great community makes for a great commercial strip. It all works together to make Bay Ridge, a very vibrant area that you mentioned it is today.
And what streets are they going to be on, Bob?
We're between 81st Street and 89th Street. It's about a 10 or 11 block stretch, and we anticipate each of those blocks to be separate and distinct, theme-oriented, and I'll let Lori tell you more about the theme orientation of our summer stroll.
To keep this interesting and fun for everyone, we're theming each of the blocks. I'm not going to give away too many of the secrets, but I'll share a few. For example, there's going to be one block which is going to have a Hollywood glam theme. There's going to be a New Orleans jazz band. There's going to be a big limousine with a red carpet and makeup application so you can take photos. There's going to be another block that's actually going to have a pig roast. And we have a block that's going to be dedicated just for kids. There's going to be dance groups, some art groups who will be working with the children to do paintings and whatnot, and some very big Monopoly game that will be going on the block. And then we have another block, well, this is my last one because I don't want to give away all the secrets, that is, has many different restaurants on that one block, and they're going to cater to what each specialty is. For example, we have a Japanese restaurant, and they may have some geisha dancers. And we have a French restaurant. Well, you get where I'm going with this. So it's going to be a lot of fun and entertaining for everyone involved.
So I think that, and it really spurs off of like what we did with the Third Avenue Street Festival, right? It's similar, but yet dissimilar in that its traffic will be going through on the streets, and there'll be no vendors per se set up, so there won't be those masses of people, but there will be a number of people that will be able to see artwork. They'll be able to see these different musicals and different shows that'll be going on in each of the block, and bringing some of our culture and our talent out for the people to enjoy. But coming off the Third Avenue Festival this past year, we had great. We had a tennis match, not a tennis match, we had a ping pong match. And
you did pretty good yourself.
I did. I had a good myself and Nicole Mallory-Takis, my colleague in the assembly. We challenged, I guess it was Vincent Gentili, our city councilman, and Alec Brooke-Krasny, our assemblyman, into a ping pong, and we beat them. That's pretty good. I like that. But it was interesting that so many people came out for that, and that's really type of of a concept that you want. You want people to come out and enjoy people having fun, and everybody coming out.
Yes.
All of our elected officials will be involved. All of our community will be involved, and I think that's sort of like similar, but again dissimilar. And do you see it the same way?
Yes, well, we were trying to stay away from the word festival because that means, proudly, Third Avenue will be having its 39th annual festival this coming September 30th. So we've done a pretty good job, and we have some experience in running a good party. But festivals are huge crowds, sausage vendors, balloon sellers, all sorts of things. We're thinking more along the line of a stroll, a piazza, a European square, where people can actually enjoy the street again in a more leisurely pace. There won't be any amplified music, acoustic only. And really what I envision is an opportunity to transport people back in time about 30 or 40 years when we didn't have all this vehicular traffic and people could actually walk and play in the streets. And with the games that we're planning to have on the avenue, I think it'll give people an opportunity to play in the street. And we have a few nice games that'll bring us back to our childhood days planned, but we're not going to tell anybody about that just now.
You can't really focus on, and a lot of people don't, on how many stores there are on Third Avenue. And if you take a look at the numbers of people that are employed by these individual stores in our community, these stores are the backbone of our city and our state and our nation. Small business is what puts the kids to work after school, the mom or the dad that's trying to make some extra dollars to be able to pay for his rent or his mortgage, or take their kids away and make sure that the children get a good education. So these are the real jobs that really help a community thrive. So I think they get that day to display not only their stores, their wares, their family, and most of the family people, and most of those stores, they live here in the community. Is that correct?
Right. That's the strength of our association. Our members all live in the community. They socialize among each other. Their children go to school together. You see them in the evening at other people's restaurants. There's a lot of cross-marketing with them, a lot of combination of things. And, as you point out, Senator, our commercial strip, is really a small economic engine that people really don't appreciate. Each store probably has a minimum of 5 people working in it. You get to a restaurant, they may have 30, 40 people. We have a charity, Guild for Exceptional Children. They probably have over 100 people working. That's something you don't see, but that's really the heart and backbone of the American economy, are the strips that employ all these people.
Well, you know,
Home Reporter too, by the way.
The funny part is the supermarkets. We had no supermarkets, and today we see that there were more supermarkets. We went out there, we worked with the supermarkets to open up so our people could shop in our community. And we have another supermarket opening up at 82nd Street and 3rd Avenue very, very shortly. And it's a piece of property right across the street, that gas station that used to be there on 82nd Street and 3rd Avenue. And I'm going to ask the people in our community to tell me if they think that our community is missing something on 3rd Avenue, 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue. Something that they may want to see, some type of a store or activity that they may want to see happening for the future. The builders, the owners of that property, would love to hear from you. And if you want to contact my office with your idea, or contact the 3rd Avenue merchants with any ideas, contact Bobby Howe. And my office number is 238-6044, 718-238-6044. John Quaglione, or John Q as I call him. And then, of course, I got Facebook and Twitter and the web pages. And so any way you want to get a hold of us, please do. And Bob, maybe you the same, if give them your information, and we'll make sure that if there's anything out there that you think our avenues are missing, let us know. Anything you want to see changed that you think could be an addition that could be good. Because we've been, 3rd Avenue has always been a group that worked with the residents. It was never a merchant versus resident.
Never.
There was always a unified group working with the community board, working with the residents, and working with the businesses on the avenue. So maybe you want to expand on a location and address and telephone numbers.
Well, our contact number is 718-833-7100. That's the merchants of 3rd Avenue. And as you point out, we have well, no, our merchants are residents, so we really don't have a choice of whether or not we're going to work with them. We are interchangeable, residents and merchants, at the same time.
We want to welcome back Casa Galamari. They had a bad, serious fire, and we opened up with a bang. I understand it was a great grand opening, and I know I'm not going to give up the location, but I understand there's going to be some roasting going on. I don't know what block that's going to be on, but I do know that he just came off of this great Greek Easter, and we went up to his father's store up on uncle's store up on 88th Avenue and 69th Street. Great Greek restaurant, Savlaki restaurant up there. It's great. We had a great time, and he's doing a great job. And all of our stores on the avenue, I see Food Town is building and enhancing its location, its size. We see the Associated doing a lot of good work in its store on 3rd Avenue and 80th Street. We see a whole lot of activity on the 3rd Avenue community. 72nd Street, 73rd Street, we see some newer restaurants and newer stores coming in. And we see 69th Street as strong as ever with, I guess, the Nordic delicacies with
the Heart of the Norwegian Parade.
And what's that great, owned by the Longs there on Ovington?
Yellow
Hooks.
Yellow
They're
Hook,
doing
yeah.
a great job there. And our great, House was your restaurant, and today
Now
it's
Chadwick's.
Chadwick's, and they're doing a great super job, and Cebu and all these different restaurants, Arios and Babu, and I mean, they just go on one after another, all the great restaurants. How do you see the future at 3rd Avenue? How do you see it growing, and how do you see this contributing to, as a contributing factor of helping the growth of the avenue?
Well, Bay Ridge and 3rd Avenue is a pretty well-kept secret. We like to think of ourselves as a small town in one of the greatest cities in the world, New York City. But we do want to open up our doors to people who either moved out and want to come back and we want to showcase, how great the place still is, how great Bay Ridge still is. But we want to also open it up to all of Brooklyn, all of New York City to come see all the restaurants, the retailers, and as you point out, the parks, the waterfront, all of the numerous activities that there are in Bay Ridge. So I see a very strong future for Bay Ridge and 3rd Avenue. Of course, our merchants have to be a lot more resourceful on a daily basis. They're faced with catalog shoppers, online shopping. So they have pretty much adapted. They know they can't go up against an Amazon. So what do? They have promotions within the store to bring people in and make them feel part of the community. And isn't it a very fulfilling feeling when you go into a store and the owner says, "Hello, Bob, how are you?" and you say, "Hello, Joe," or "Mary, how are you?" and they know you, they ask about your family, you ask about theirs, you buy something, you know you're helping them, they're helping you. That's a feeling that we're trying to preserve on 3rd Avenue and in Bay Ridge.
Well, you do a great job, I got to tell you. And I start off with my coffee over in Bagel Boys. I'm on 5th Avenue, but I got to come into 3rd Avenue. I have my coffee at Bagel Boy. I drop my laundry off at my laundromat, the cleaners right there, and then move on up to, by lunchtime, I head to, Nino's on 3rd Avenue and 92nd Street there, or Vesuvio's. We're going to have dinner some nights. And Panatico's is another great location that we have great sandwiches and great salads and great cup of coffee. Then if you want to go across the street, you get a suit from David Haig. You got everything on the store. And you got
suit, dry cleaning, banking, baking, you name it. And to a person, everyone who's left Bay Ridge and comes back, and I talk to a person, they all say to me, we miss being able to walk within a 10-block radius and do food, financial, and you name it.
Yes.
We have it.
I got to tell you, and the stores are just so plentiful, and like you said, the financials, the banking, the restaurants, the areas. If you want Italian, if you want Vietnamese, if you want Chinese, you got Japanese, you got, and today there's so many different types of foods to taste. And then I sneak up to 4th Avenue, I go to Ponte Vecchio, and I'll sneak back down and go over. I just keep on gaining weight by going to all these great restaurants. But and of course we have seen new Pippin's is doing extremely well over there. We see, and TJ's rather is doing exceptionally well. And we have the new owners of the steakhouse over there. What was the on 96th Street?
Right. They recently changed hands, and they're keeping up the same quality as
Lou Raccanelli used that. It was a great steak. And he's moved on, and but they got a new owner in there, and they're doing a fine job, and we enjoy it. But the essence of this avenue will give the opportunity again. We have sporting goods, we have different types of art, different types of bands, and as a matter of fact, on 92nd Street and on 3rd Avenue, you got that Sound Street, right? That's a location that has music, and my son actually takes guitar lessons in there on Saturday afternoon, so we actually get lessons on music there. So you will have plenty of that on the avenue that night, according to you.
Can I also just add that while it's only between 81st and 89th, a lot of the other businesses are invited to be able to showcase what they have to offer along those blocks. So it's not just those blocks, it's other businesses getting involved as well. So we're trying to really include a lot of 3rd Avenue as well as the other parts of the community.
Well, you're doing a good job. By opening up to the Summer Street theory and a concert and art and all the different events that we'll be having on that avenue will help to bring people to fill the rest of that avenue, to have more people coming in and going into the other areas that this festival will, or not festival, excuse me.
Stroll.
Summer Stroll will be on from 81st to 89th, from 5 to 11 on Fridays, the 20th of July, 27th of July, 10th of August, 17th of August. And if they get a chance to come out there, all that avenue will do exceptionally well. But so will 86th Street, so will 4th Avenue, so will 5th Avenue, because it will bring the flavor of the community. People will say, Bay Ridge. Today you're in competition all over the place with Carroll Gardens and Court Street, and you're going into Williamsburg and all the different locations around Park Slope area. You have so much going on now in Brooklyn, the biggest borough and the 4th largest city in the country, right? 2.5 million people in this, as Marty Markowitz calls it, the Republic of Brooklyn, right? Right.
Well, this is going to be for people who want to do a first-time event. Summer Stroll is going to be it. It's the only one in the city. So if you want to be involved in one of the first of these type of events. I think we're very innovative on 3rd Avenue. We have the support of all our merchants and our legislators. It's going to be a wonderful night. It's going to be historic.
We got to find out if we got our bike store there on 89th Street, right?
Well, we're thinking about that. In fact, I was going to say to you, Senator, driving and parking are 4-letter words. We want walking and riding. We want those words to take over and hear people walk or ride. You know, in Bay Ridge, and we have this mentality, we're going to exercise, so we drive to the gym. No, you should walk to the gym, and that's what we're encouraging people to do on 3rd Avenue. Walk to 3rd Avenue, ride your bike. And we're forming an alliance with Transportation Alternatives, also Bay Ridge Bicycles. So we anticipate a lot of that also.
Well, the Bay Ridge Bicycle, hopefully it'll be in concert with being able to rent a bicycle that day if they can and go out and
repair,
enjoy.
clean, sell, you name it, we want to get them involved.
And even though it's not on 3rd Avenue, but take that bike, they go down at the Veterans Pier on 69th Street and take a stroll along that beautiful
$1 million
shore road.
ride, $1 million ride.
And get up and come off right the Verrazano Bridge and come up back onto 3rd Avenue and back up 3rd Avenue. We're going to try to get, obviously, the other area done that's beyond the Verrazano down to Bay Parkway and try to get that rehabbed and fixed up like we have done on the areas between 69th and 101st. And of course, I always have this dream of getting that bicycle path over the Verrazano Bridge. Someday, I know this is tough economic times to be talking about that, but that's the only disconnect in our city is the disconnect between Staten Island and Brooklyn. And we should have a bicycle path across the Verrazano and have the ability to travel into not only this great Staten Island, but where many of our good people some of our good people have moved to, but go right into New Jersey, right straight through, and good bike run in that direction instead of going up along and into Queens over the bridges into Queens, which we've done before in the past. But getting back to 3rd Avenue, we have the July 20th, July 27th, the 10th of August, the 17th of August, starting at 5:30, going on right through the evening. And Bob, anything you were going to close in a few moments here? If anything you want to add to the?
Just said welcome to small town Bay Ridge, and we welcome everybody in the 5 boroughs to enjoy a night when we take back the community and we take back our streets.
Great.
Anything else, Lori?
Well, come out and see us, and you'll be surprised that we're a great community. And once you come back, once you're with us, you'll keep coming back.
And I guess we'll see free home reporter papers that day, as well as other newspapers that day.
Absolutely.
Well, it's don't forget those nights again. That's the July 20th, July 27th, August 10th, August 17th. Come out and enjoy a great evening. I hope to see our viewers there. If you are looking for something to do on select Friday nights this summer, 3rd Avenue is the place to be. Thank you both for joining me today and joining us. And for another edition of Brooklyn Elected Officials, I'm State Senator Marty Golden.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at brickartsmedia.org/BIT.